Hey there. We're back with Rolling to Win Live. Tonight we're here together. I have the significant other over here, Shannon. She's going to be watching for Facebook comments and stuff. I'm going to be over here trying to monitor the old Instagram. And then we're live with volume everywhere. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I don't hear anyone. Don't hear anybody talking. So it looks like we're alone. I think we're alone now. It's all right. So let's think. Where were you before you started your journey? What was life like? What were some of the challenges or limitations that you faced? Let's say focus, do not disturb. That way we don't get a bunch of dings and such. For me, I thought I was living a happy life. I'm not really sure what I did or didn't do. I did a lot of stuff wrong in my 20s, ended up paying for it in my 30s, and then fell off a roof, and everything was different. That leads me to here. So there's when Digital Digitron is doing good. Hi, bub. So at one point, I guess I did hit a rock bottom where I decided that I was going to make a change. And that was probably when, let's see, about 18 months into injury, I had just gotten hand controls and started driving the car around and had some newfound independence and was told that I was going to be doing this on my own. And the person I was married to no longer wanted to be married. And honestly, I swear up to that point, I would probably been laying around just feeling sorry for myself. And then we ended up living together another 6 months. I felt really sorry for myself. And then the lease expired. I ended up out on my own. Luckily, I had a son that took mercy on me and took me in. And from there, I built the life that I have today. So you can do things as long as you put your mind to it. But that would be my biggest catalyst for change is I had to hit the rock bottom. And I think maybe a lot of people have to hit that rock bottom in order to decide that they're going to change. Because as long as you're comfortable, you're not going to want to change. So once you start, or once you make that decision that you do want to change, where are your first steps going to be? Like, what do you think? If you speak up, they might can hear you. You had to holler though. We're not getting, we're not going to get any response there, which is all right. Whatever. But are we live on Facebook?
No.
Anybody on Facebook?
You're not live.
It says I'm live right here. I can view it on Facebook. Open the link in the tab right here. There it is. We're about to go to Facebook to check it out. We're Facebook live and right here. See? Bada boom, bada bing. Here, I'll send that link over to you. Let me get it off of there now. Copy. Messenger? Just send it in Messenger. Who are you? Where are you? I don't see you. There you are. I'll be there. There you go. Now you can watch the Facebook. And you can probably post that in there just in case. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It says it's not available right now. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people.
Oh, then it must be. Huh? I didn't share it in a group. Well, that is bovine scatology. Okay. C'est la vie. Anybody else drinking coffee at 8:30 at night? sometimes you have to stay awake there. So who do we have? We have a few more watchers. Who's in? Who's in? Hey, Garrett, I see you over there. See you over there. You can join in if you can get to the chat on the YouTube. There is a link to the stream. So finding the right inspiration for the first step to making a change. I don't know. I looked at social media, which is why I'm doing this now. And I found that there were a lot of people who were giving tips and tricks and a lot of mindset stuff and a whole lot of this. And then I found Jordan Peterson, and as a layman who never went to college, I found that this guy was, he used a lot of words that were above my head, and I had to keep a dictionary by my side to read 12 Rules for Life, but I got it read. And honestly, that is probably what started the whole thing. And I can remember one thing, the very first rule was stand up straight with your shoulders back, try to get that good serotonin in and all that. And then it was clean your house before you criticize others' houses. Is that what it is? Yeah. The clean your house rule. And then I was like, okay, so get your own house in order.
Get yourself straight.
Yeah. And then this one really resonated with me 100%. And it is quite the incredible one, which was treat yourself like someone you would have to care for. Ruh-roh, we have our stream frozen a bit. It's all right. Are you froze over here? Do you have a stream you're looking at?
Yeah, you're frozen on YouTube.
Frozen. We're going too slow. Our internet's too slow. What are we going to do with our life? But to treat yourself like someone who you're responsible for taking care of. Bitrate on YouTube is low. Oh, I see. Instagram looked good. Okay.
I closed out some stuff to me.
Boo. All right. Heck, Levi's just going to have to hang out in here with us. Get off the internet. Everybody off the internet in the house. We're trying to run a show here.
Right, you're frozen on YouTube and in Instagram.
That's right. I'm frozen everywhere.
But at different angles.
Everybody, get off of here. I'm trying to use the internet. What are we doing? Hey, Ma! No, I'm kidding. I don't live with my mom.
Only feels like it sometimes.
Oh, yeah, only sometimes. So, yeah, but what does it mean to treat yourself like someone you're responsible to taking care of? Like, yeah, right. What does that even mean exactly? I'm looking to you because you have all the answers.
I have all the answers.
Yeah, I know what I think it means. Mm-hmm. Levi, you can't be in here like that, bud.
Oh, I thought you.
I meant get off the internet and come hang out. If you're gonna come do this, oh my God, what are we doing in here? It's like I'll bring my computer in here and we'll just all hang out and we'll echo around. It's fine. All right. Wow.
You're tasked with taking care of other people.
Tasked with taking care of other people.
Tend to do a good job of it. You're thorough
and
thoughtful.
Mm-hmm. So what that means is to think about, if somebody's in my charge, I would take care of them. I would make sure they're fed, their teeth are brushed, their hair is their hair is brushed, they're taking showers, they're cleaning up after themselves. So hence, I would want to treat myself like someone I'm responsible for taking care of. Yeah.
Not just that.
Not just that, but
not just basic taking care of, but like show yourself the compassion that you would show your child if they were sick, or your mother.
Show yourself the compassion that you would show a child if he were sick, your child or your lover or your mother, unless you don't like her, or your father, unless you don't like him. Then that's rough, man. If you have problems with your parents, you better get that done, get that fixed. All right. Anyway, I know there's no joking matter. Different episode, right? So, if we can accomplish those few things, then we can find our unique starting point for our journey. Self-improvement looks different for anyone involved. And your starting point doesn't necessarily define the destination. Wow, we are terrible over here on the streams. I can't see anything. It's looking like we're streaming proper. Are we still frozen over here?
It's very grainy.
Very
Not
grainy.
frozen.
Not frozen.
I can see you doing all the things you're doing.
Okay, so maybe we can hear it too. I don't know. How's the sound? Can you at least hear the sound if we're buffering like crazy? Hear it too. I don't know. Yep, I guess we can. There it is. All right. Still living and learning here. This is only the 4th live stream for Rolling to Win. What's something? Oh, cool. Thanks. Sounds good. Garrett says, sounds good. So what's something that you can look at in your own life and identify that might have been your catalyst for your starting point in your journey? At what point did you say something in my life has to change? So what for you, Shannon, what was that? I know she's off screen, so she's gonna have to holler. Slide over here. Get over here, honey. Get over here, honey. You just have to. They just have to hear you, honey. That's it. As long as they can hear you.
Why do I have to answer the questions? Because nobody else is here?
Well, that's right. Because hey, we can't have a talk show with no talking. Who am I just going to talk to myself, huh?
You love to talk.
I do, and I'm good at talking to myself.
It's his favorite thing.
So
I don't want to come on camera because I went to the gym and haven't had a shower yet.
That's fine. We can hear your sweet voice. That's good enough, dear.
Okay, what's my question?
What is your question? So, what was a point in your life where you decided that you had to have a change?
Which time?
Which time? I don't know. Just pick one. It's up to you. Pick the one that worked out the best. How about that?
Are you leading the witness?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, why would you not lead a witness? You want to win, right? That's how it goes. Okay, so what was the question again? What was your catalyst for change? We know that you've had like an incredible weight loss journey here in the past almost year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, a year and a half last year. I decided that I cared enough about myself that I wanted to feel good and look good and stop struggling with both of those things, as in struggling with how I felt about my body and how I felt in my body.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to some sort of determination one day that I deserved to love myself enough. I think it goes back to that 3rd rule there, that you're supposed to take care of yourself as well as you would someone that you're charged to take care of. And I do that all day long. I take care of people, and it's a joy in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't doing that for myself. So.
Running yourself ragged at the hospital and then coming home and being mean to yourself with what? Just how were you treating yourself before you decided?
Really, I'd probably say my diet was the worst part.
Mm-hmm.
When you work at the hospital as a nurse, 12-hour shifts. You don't really get breaks. You don't eat well. There's often food there that is quick and convenient to eat that's provided for you as sort of like a sorry it sucks and you don't get a break. Here's some pizza and donuts.
Pizza and donuts in lieu of your lunch break. Grab it and go.
Right. Something you can eat while you're walking. So you eat that all day. And then by the time you get home, it might be 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I wouldn't eat dinner. I might eat some popcorn.
But popcorn for you was something though, wasn't it? It's like,
yeah, it was a big old giant bag of popcorn.
Oh man.
And that would be my dinner instead of having a real meal.
Yeah.
Volume was an issue.
Yeah, nursing is difficult, isn't it, Garrett? I know that I've met so many nurses in my life, and I've met good ones, I've met bad ones. Overall, I think that they are a fantastic group. And there are always a few bad apples in the bunch. But even the bad apples care about people. They just might be jaded from like the hospital system or whatever, because they think it's not fair to the patient, not fair to the employee.
It's easy to get jaded, and it's easy to blame your job for the way that you treat yourself. So I had to stop trying to do that.
Right.
It's enough to make an explanation to yourself, like, why are my behaviors the way they are? But what can I do on my end to be accountable for them, So
what was the first little thing that you did when you were like, okay, this is it, I've got to change? What was like a habit that you started toward the right direction?
Just vegetables all the time, raw vegetables. At work, I would carry around like a bag of carrots and a bag of little baby cucumbers.
You weren't scared of listeria or any of the poisoning or recalls or craziness that you hear?
No, I never.
What about pesticides? None of that?
No. So I did a lot of, it is a legitimate concern about bacteria living on our produce, I would say. Not an organic food person. I could probably talk for a whole show with you about why I feel that way. I wasn't always that way. I used to be a vegetarian, little organic vegetarian hippie person. And then I read some books in my first undergraduate that convinced me to be more reasonable.
Oh, I see. Right. Right. I just always ate what I want unless somebody told me otherwise.
Yeah. So anyway, vegetables. My best friend, Natalie, she was always eating vegetables at work. She always had fresh cut up raw vegetables, and that's what she would snack on all the time. And I was like, I need to just get on the boat with that. And we weren't working together at the time, but I just knew that. And I spent a lot of time at her house, so there was always veggies.
So in that, it's kind of who you're around too.
For sure.
That'll help make the change, that help to produce the transformation. Because if you have people in your life who are working toward new goals, working like weight loss, for instance, you both had the weight loss thing in common, and
right, and being healthier, trying not to just focus on.
But in that, it's easier in the group. That's sort of what I'm saying.
It is when you have people around you who support you, or who have a shared mindset.
Right.
Share a diet with people close to you.
Right.
If you're over with someone, a couple of times a week or even once a week, you want to feel like you can go there and still eat in a way that feeds your body the way you're hoping to. So it's good to have that, or at least feel comfortable enough around those people that you can bring your own food and consume what you want.
It won't be like, oh, look at you always bringing your food and picking on you and making you feel like a well, making you feel weird about it
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Like something or other. So everybody, self-improvement for everybody looks a little different, right? Starting point does not define the destination, as we say. It looks like self-improvement can be intimidating for some people, right?
It's very intimidating for me.
Yeah.
You make it look easy.
Mm.
It annoys me sometimes.
Why is that?
Just do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I'm one of the ready, fire, aim kind of people. Because if you wait till the perfect opportunity presents itself, then you'll never start down the path that you want to go down. You'll never reach for those things that you do want to change, because you'll always be waiting for Monday, and then Monday rolls around and now you're waiting for Monday again. All right, Garrett, thanks for popping on. It's good to have you here.
Thanks, Garrett.
Discipline is a muscle. Learn to flex it. That's right. 100%. 100%. Awesome. So let's see here. We can always take challenges as opportunities to grow. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you have currently staying on your diet, staying on like food tracking, weight tracking, all that stuff? What are some of the challenges that you have on a daily basis? Now, granted, this is Shannon. She is my significant other, my fiance. You can't talk to my fiance like that. And I mean, we work together, and she's working with one of our clients now, and they're doing an incredible job. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there. But we all have challenges. Even the coaches have challenges. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my biggest challenge, and John knows that because we live together and we work together, is my chronic illnesses that I have, or my chronic pain that I have from the neurological illnesses I've had. A lot of times it affects my energy levels.
Well, what are those? That way, so there may be somebody who has experienced a similar neurological condition.
So I have a few things going on. One is chronic migraines, and then another is called trigeminal neuralgia, and the other is geniculate neuralgia. Those last two are rare and rarer sort of forms of severe facial, head, and ear pain that are caused from abnormal nerve signals in your brain. And so with the pain from that, I feel like I get held back a lot. It makes me tired. And I think it interrupts my consistency with the gym a lot. And then sometimes with the medications that I use that are prescribed to me for the conditions, the side effects can be difficult. They also make you tired and sometimes make you nauseous or crave certain types of foods, like carby foods. And
my cravings are always pizza.
Always. I think
pizza, pasta, cake. What else? Let's see. What are all the things that like I just love to pieces? So like that's my little cheat, is if I have a piece of cake once my birthday comes once a year, so I guess it's all right, right? But there's other birthdays.
Right. We celebrate all birthdays. In this
That's
house.
right.
Every
That's
day
right.
is someone's birthday.
That's right. That's right. In fact, I think it's some of my Facebook friends' birthday today. And shout out to everybody whose birthday it is. Send some cake. Send some cake. That's what we're saying. Absolutely. Send some cake. So let's see here. Now, self-improvement is a lifelong journey, not just a destination. So I know that we work to be like 1% better every day. So what are some ways that we could grow even today after years and years of being on the self-improvement path? I can tell myself, right? One thing that I don't do enough of is I don't sit and read books enough. And that's something that I should allot my time. Jesse Strom, who's another friend of mine, reads every morning 10 pages before she does anything, right? She gets up and reads 10 pages. So I keep thinking I'm going to adopt that, but then I keep waking up and it's not early enough to read 10 pages. So I guess, like we try to write these paths.
Maybe that's what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Your self-improvement is getting up earlier.
Yeah, right. Oh, so that's how I could one. But that one doesn't sound fun.
It's not. I just recently started doing it, getting up an hour earlier.
Right, right.
At first, I was stretching, and now I'm just going to work an hour earlier. I was like, ooh, I'm going to take some extra time for myself in the morning and eat breakfast sitting down. It didn't happen.
Right.
But maybe that's the improvement in this part of your journey. Getting up 30 minutes earlier. And then you'll find something to fill that time with. Right.
But I'm so tired. I go to bed too late.
I know you do.
But I have to work so hard.
I know you do. And I'm so tired too. And I have to get up so early because I have to work so hard.
But that sounds grindy and not comfortable at all.
I know.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
I've been wanting to read more too.
Yeah.
And
so should you get up? Or I'll get up. No, I can't get up that early.
You know
that
how
ain't happening.
I solved my issue.
Maybe it'll happen.
Is I started listening to audibles on the way to work and on the way home from work.
And
so that's 30 minutes a day.
So
that's how I got through the 12 rules of life.
But that's kind of my Joe Rogan time. That I like listening to Joe Rogan.
So maybe every other day you should do Joe Rogan.
Hey, look, that would be a good solution to that, though, is if you're, say, addicted to podcasts, like substitute a book that's going to help you improve. Maybe one day a week to start, and then if it gets good to you, you start doing more.
Right, you start wanting.
Because it's all in taking the small steps to get to the big goals, right?
That was another inspiration from a friend, my friend, my best friend Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
She loves audibles, and I was like never buying into listening to a book.
Well, what about they seem so robotic when you listen to the audibles.
I mean,
do you have a good narrator most of the time?
You have to really, if you're looking for something, you really have to dig to find you have to listen to the sample and decide if you like the voice. And if you don't, then you just don't get to hear that one, which is tough.
I listened to that Matthew McConaughey book, but he read the whole thing himself.
Right. Like Jordan Peterson, he narrated 12 Rules to Life. So if you hate his voice, you can't listen to that.
Right.
But if it doesn't bother you, it's good. It didn't bother me.
He could have maybe hired like somebody who was like.
I'm listening to another one right now. It's by Bill Bryson. It's called A Brief History of Everything.
A Brief History of Everything. How brief? And so is the book really, really thin? Or
no. I think it's like 17-hour read. I haven't seen the book because it's an Audible.
Okay.
So it's about as long as the 12 Rules.
So, but that's 17 hours for them to read it.
Right.
And then like, if I was to read it.
If I was to read it, it would probably be 50 hours because I read so slow.
Oh, right. Either that or it could take years.
Well, yeah, I mean, years, but
Right. I started reading this book back in 1972.
Right.
Eventually,
Me
we'll
too.
get it right. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
But that one has like this British narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think of the British voice you kind of do. Yours is
Which
almost
British
better.
voice is that exactly?
So yours is better.
I see.
So you just gotta find one
That's right.
that you like.
So I guess the takeaways for today are when we're making changes, first we figure out what it is that we want to change. And then we figure out what we can negotiate with ourselves without being too hard on ourselves. So for me, I'm going to start getting up only 30 minutes earlier because I know I need an extra 30 minutes, but I really need an extra 2 hours. But I'll start with 30 minutes and then maybe do that for a week and kind of ease into it instead of like taking all the medicine at once, right? So if I was weaning myself off of something, I wouldn't just be like, all right, we're going to jump into the whole thing and that's what we're going to be doing. If I am going to make corrections in my life, then I also have to think of it the same way. My brain is used to doing things a very certain way every day and wants to do it that way. And anything outside of that is almost problematic. So the negotiation would be, okay, I can do 15 minutes if I can't do 30 minutes. Let's say I don't make the 30 minutes on the first day. All right, well, I can't be like, oh, I'm terrible at this, right? And just give up. I have to give it another go and maybe give it a little less time until it works. And then build from there. And that's like everything. You just build on it and you get better. And as long as you're getting 1% better every day, that's 365% in a year's time. That's about what we have today. Now I want to talk about a couple of things that I had going on. I have got the Rolling to Win store here. And I've had it, no kidding, for almost 3 years. And I've never shown a single soul. As you can see, this is the old school logos, right? It has the Rolling to Win. I don't have my prices too crazy. I'm just trying to get the station, the channel to grow. That's it. I just wanted the channel to grow. I want to be able to go and see other wheelchair athletes, see how they train, introduce them to the world. But we got to start somewhere. I really like doing this live show too. It's just fun to me. Just absolutely fun. So I love this hoodie. I have one that I work out with.
It's very soft and comfortable.
It's soft. I love it. I love it. And I'm not trying to charge $75 for it. There's only a little markup on these things. They're expensive to have made. They just are. This one's sold out. So we don't have any more flat bills. They're sold out. Out of stock. But they're coming back in sooner or later, we are going to see. And then we're missing a couple of the sizes on the women's. And
size up on the women's, on that racerback.
Oh, okay.
Size up on that.
Go one size larger than your normal size.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. And then the t-shirts, if you're muscular, they fit great. And if not, then they'll fit like a normal t-shirt on you. Also, I didn't promote this book like I should have. And we released this book just recently, which right now you can get on Kindle for only $10. Or if you are a member of Kindle Unlimited, you can read this book for free. And what it is a daily devotional to Stoic leadership for 28 days. And it's framed from the viewpoint of you walk into the study with Marcus Aurelius every morning, and Marcus Aurelius has a conversation with you personally, and then you take that as you leave, and you would have a journal exercise for about 15 minutes in the morning, and then you start your day from there. Anything I'm missing on that? I mean, it doesn't sound fantastic, but it's great. It's really one of those awesome things. If you do it every day, you learn something every day. You get better every day. And that's where we really want to be. Hey, look, Danny's popping on here. Let's see here. I see you, Danny. Let me pull that. Danny.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I've been better. You know, it is what it is. It's the end of the week.
Okay, right on. Yes, Friday. We're all happy about Friday over here.
Yeah.
No doubt. So, Danny, you have got a very interesting story. We met each other almost a year ago through one of my clients, and you have lost as much as I weigh. Right. So congratulations there. I think that's phenomenal. So what finally set you, we were just talking about today is like our catalyst for change. So what was your big catalyst at that moment that you said, look, I don't care what I have to do. I got to stop this.
It was a life and death situation. I caught type 2 diabetes at the age of 23. That's what did it. Stay in the hospital for 2 weeks in DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis, and almost dying. Like that's what it was. A blood sugar level of 944.
My goodness. My goodness. How scary was that hospital stay?
Pretty bad. For a 23-year-old, you didn't think you'd be in that situation for another 40 years, but yeah.
Right. I got you. But you're not there now.
No,
right?
I'm not there now. No.
You were talking about you do a lot of jiu-jitsu now and things like that.
That's what I'm trying to do now. Yeah, I'm trying to find a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym here in Linwood or in Seattle, because I practiced Kempo when I was younger.
Okay.
Kempo's not really around in this area, but Brazilian jiu-jitsu is. So that's the next step in trying to stay healthy, stay active as I age. Continue to stay disciplined. It'll help, with me getting a little bit more muscular as I try to continue to slim down. Just like a lot of people, I hit a plateau.
Sure. Right on. Sometimes we need just a little help to get over those plateaus, and we can find the right formula. Find the right formula for sure. Let's see. So you have been on this path almost by yourself, right?
100% by myself.
Yes, sir. So how do you do it every day? Like, are you? Yeah, just we'll let you tell us.
Oh, you just do it. There is no.
You just do it. Right?
It's either going to get done or you can keep putting it off. But the further off you put it, the harder it's going to be. The older we get.
Right.
So
for sure. In our conversation just a little while ago, isn't that what you said you hated about me when it comes to just doing things? It's like, how do you do that? And then
yeah. You just do it. And make it look
I said the exact same
get up
thing.
And do something for someone who doesn't get up.
Yeah, I said the exact same thing. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I mean, I'm just stubborn enough to keep right on rocking.
Yeah, stubbornness helps. Stubborn, a little bit of Yoda in there. Do or do not. There is no try.
Right.
You can do that, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm going to use a John Cena quote. Nobody knows how hard you worked but you.
Right.
Nobody cares how hard you worked but you.
Right. So. And then this is something that hits me when you say that, because I'm guilty of it. It's not working as hard for myself as I could from time to time. And then I know it.
It's as men, we're wired to put our family and friends and everybody first. So it's hard to put ourselves first if that's what we've been taught since we were children.
Right. This guy's awful wise here. How old are you now, Danny?
I'm 33, man.
33. So 10 years that he's been on the journey. And what was your weight at your peak?
At my peak, 394 pounds.
394 pounds. Wow.
Yeah,
What was life like back then for you?
It was. I've gone through everything. You know, your knees hurt, your back hurts, your hip hurts, because of your blood sugar levels. You have a headache because of your blood sugar levels being so high. You're nauseous, having no energy to exercise or do anything, not feeling good about how you look, not feeling good about who you are, and not feeling good enough to talk to people or be around people. All of that stuff. The urge to eat food because that makes you feel good,
Mm-hmm.
and then being stuck in that loop, trying to break that dopamine loop is very difficult. And then not having a group of guys around you saying, keep lifting, keep running, keep bike riding, get on the Peloton. If you don't have a group of guys around, you got to hype yourself up.
Right.
Which is harder to do in today's age with all these phones and, you know, with social media. But I was lucky. I had one guy from college. You know, we continued to hang around as we got into our mid-20s. In our late 20s, we left Florida for Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
No more fast food. No more barbecue. Sorry. No more potato salad or sweet. You know, all the good stuff. None of the sweets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what it's called. Red velvet cake. Oh, no more.
Oh
red
man, not some red velvet. Oh, dude.
Yeah, all that
that's
stuff
my weakness right there.
So I decided to switch it up. Burgers for sushi.
Okay.
You know, pizza for Chinese food. Dessert for Indian food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hot dogs and hamburgers and all those things for Thai food. Like, by switching those out and cutting out fast food and soda, I feel a whole lot better.
Right.
You know, and it helps that you're not poisoning your system. And I truly believe in the South in America, some of the food is not healthy.
Right.
May not be cooked healthy. And part of that is, okay, then I got to cook the food myself. And that's where, anybody know who Chef Robert Irvine is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Chef Robert's my guy, where he respects the kitchen, he respects the food, he respects himself. Dude's ripped, and he's like a pro wrestler for being a chef. But you were like, yeah, he's right. He's got the right attitude. Fresh ingredients. You put your effort into it, and you feel better that you cooked your own food. Yeah, it took time, but that is part of it, and that's part of the discipline as well.
Okay, damn, dude is ripped. Look at that. That's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, he's in shape, man. Much respect.
And how old is he? He's got to be like
he's up in his 50s.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I just saw he's got a protein bar in the grocery store now.
Nice.
I can't say that it's a very good balance of macros or that any protein
Right.
bar is, but I just saw it the other day, so it's funny that you brought up his name, and I could recall him right away when you said it.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. I was thinking the big giant cook for Obama. You remember him?
Yeah. I know.
That dude. Yeah, wild.
I remember seeing him on Food Network.
So, what else were you into now? You said you do you do like a lot of hiking and stuff nowadays? Is that right?
Yeah. Out here in Seattle, Pacific Northwest, hiking trails are big. Kayaking is big. Being out in the fresh trail air is perfect. Camping, bike riding, and just honestly, just taking a walk after work because it's not so damn hot.
Right. Nice. Yeah, it's up there in Washington State. It'd probably be colder there before it gets colder here.
I'm in a sweet spot, so like we don't get too much. We get 4 or 5 inches of snow, and then it melts.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Down here in Fieldale, we don't get a whole lot of snow, or it gets cold, and it does snow, but not often. Thank goodness.
Good.
But we're just right at the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I guess that like the weather comes from the west, so the Blue Ridge Mountains kind of block it off. Now, if the weather comes up from the south on this side of the mountains, then we do get right much weather. But it only then. So like that last hurricane that came through that went up through Georgia and North Carolina, It threw a tree across the front of my driveway over here.
I
Yeah,
know.
so we
Florida.
even had a down tree out here.
I'm from Florida. I know exactly what you're talking about when you have those storms. I know. I lived through it. It's one of the reasons I left. I love the place, love the people, but the
Had
weather
hurricanes.
and them hurricanes. And especially for guys in their 20s, we're trying to get ourselves together. Let's say, I know a lot of friends, they finally get their house and that storm comes up and wipes all they've worked for off the face of the map.
Right.
And you don't want to keep doing that.
Yeah, that makes it tough for sure.
It makes it tough.
For sure. Dang, I couldn't imagine just getting the house and then gone.
Yeah.
Mother Nature don't care.
Right. Like when I was a kid, I used to go, like, Chimney Rock's one of the places that got washed away. And when I was a kid in the 8th grade, we went on a field trip from Eastern North Carolina, where I was from, out to Chimney Rock and stayed over in Asheville somewhere. But sure enough, wiped the whole town out. Like nothing. Just all the buildings, the roads, all that gone. And that's up in the mountains. It's where nobody would have ever thought something like that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And after Puerto Rico got blown away, and they had a ton of manufacturing places down there for medications and fluids and stuff that we use all over the country in our hospitals. After that, they relocated the plant that makes 60% of all the IV fluids for the whole country to right outside of Chimney Rock, because they thought that it was a weather safe zone.
Right, and it got destroyed.
And so, like, now there's a national shortage on
IV
fluids and everything.
Wow.
Like, they're telling people to go home and just drink Gatorade and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's...
Yeah.
That goes to show you we don't, like you said, Danny, Mother Nature doesn't care.
Yeah, Mother Nature don't care.
We're not safe from her anywhere we go.
That's right.
Mm-mm.
That's right.
She's the heavyweight champ. She don't care.
Yeah, no doubt. So now, do you have any philosophies you stand by? I mean, you seem pretty well versed and stuff. So where are you at with, like, what are some of the philosophies that you follow?
Oh, I wish I was that deep. I'm just a simple dude because my old man's 83, so he's a little bit old fashioned himself. I go to work. I do tech support. I have my CompTIA hardware certification. I've been doing tech support for years. I've worked for Apple and Microsoft, and now I do work for Starlink. So, and I want to get back on stage. I belong on stage playing those drums. And if I'm not playing drums, it'll be playing guitar, as I've just picked up guitar in
a couple of years now, right?
Years. Yeah, this is year 3. I'll be on stage again one day. That's where I belong. And hopefully meeting the right girl, starting a family, and having the next part of the adventure with them.
Right on. Yeah. See, like, you have your goals out there. And once you have that in your mind likes to work for that stuff, for sure. Like I said, I would be back on stage. I did it, back in August, I was back on stage.
Yep.
I played, what did I play? The Weight by the band on stage for the first time in 20 years, by God.
Hey, how did it feel to be back up there?
It was awesome. You couldn't hear the guitar, but you could hear me crowing anyway.
Yeah, that's keep doing it, man. Once you get used to being on stage and you walk away from it and you come back, you think in your head, oh, this is going to be a big deal. Then you get up there and like, oh, I'm comfortable here. This is where I belong.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I like doing this live show here. This shit's fun. Pardon my language, but it's fun just getting on here and just BSing, hanging. You get to know people. You get to know, like we talk all the stuff about mindset, and that's just kind of where we're at. Just hanging out, talking about mindset and getting better.
Yeah, man. No, that's good. That's
right. Lost Danny. We lost him. Yep. He may come back. But where were we? Back over here talking about the tutorage of Marcus Aurelius. There he is. And he's back.
Sorry about that. I was on a phone call.
Okay, yeah, it happens. Those come through. So before you popped on, I was talking about this book that I wrote this year, The Tutorage of Marcus Aurelius, and
Okay.
it's a workbook. It's a 28-day workbook for Stoic leadership. So if you have, do you have Kindle Unlimited? Are you?
I don't, but I'm definitely thinking of looking into it.
Right on. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get it free. If not, it's $10 on Amazon for the download. I had to do some reformatting for the paperback, so I hadn't done that. We'll probably do a release for it probably
cool.
around Christmas. But
Very
there's
cool. I didn't know you're writing books now, man. Wow.
Oh yeah. This is the second book that I've written. The first one, I'm not signing in. The first one's called. Yeah, I'm not signing in.
Damn, 2-factor gets you again, huh?
Yeah. But I've got the cover as a backdrop here. Inner Fire, Discovering Purpose.
Nice.
I wrote that like a couple years ago when I had first got everything together. Got settled, bought this house. Which that's going from homeless to house and then from like not in shape to in shape and competing bodybuilding. And that's when I wrote the first one. It's called Discovering Purpose because it's all the exercises I used to figure out the path that I wanted to roll down, since I don't walk anymore, but roll down.
Right.
And then this other one, it was like a spark of inspiration hit me. And I wrote it from the standpoint of, if Marcus Aurelius was giving you these quotes himself, that he would be sitting in front of you and telling you these things, and you'll be taking the notes. And then there's like a journal exercise to think about exactly what that is, which I'm turning that into an audio course that's going to be on my website.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Right. Yeah, man. So, while you're still here, I want to go ahead because we're about to pop off, but I'm going to just show this other thing real quick, which is my website. We're trying to get it out.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Danny. I think your story is hella inspirational, and I really think that you're a man who works really hard to get where he is.
Thank you.
It's cool to meet you, Danny, and hear your story.
Thank you. Thank you for even listening to my story. I hope somebody hears it and thinks, I don't want to do what he did. I want people to make my mistakes.
Right.
It's so awesome to hear about your weight loss journey. I have been the nurse on the other side of the bed with a 23-year-old in DKA who, I didn't know if they were going to make it. And it's cool to hear somebody who did, and somebody who heard the wake-up call and realized that they felt like they could love themselves enough to change and really truly do right by themselves. And that makes me really happy that you could do that.
And I appreciate that. And I'll just leave one last thing. I'm not on insulin anymore. I've been off insulin.
That's amazing.
Since 2000.
Congratulations.
Now, I was one of the early patients who had a semaglutide injection. So I went something called Invokana. Now, the problem with Invokana is over certain ages and certain demographics, it caused issues with your liver.
Yeah.
Right. So they took me off that and they put me on. I know you've heard this one. You've heard of Ozempic, the big O. Mm-hmm. South Park had a good episode about it.
Yeah, it did.
I just got off of Ozempic. I was taking a lot, like half the bottle, and since 2018 till now, I've been taking less and less and less. And I finally went to my endocrinologist and said, "Look, you're giving me a 3-month supply, a 90-day supply, and I'm throwing out most of this, and it's super expensive, and this is gold. People are stealing this stuff in the streets. I'm not using it anymore. My body has gotten the flat line like the Ozempic is doing. I need something to manage it now because the Ozempic's done its job. So now I'm down to Jardiance in pill form. I'm metformin in pill form, Jardiance in pill form, and no insulin, no Ozempic."
That's
Right on.
awesome.
Congratulations. That's a big accomplishment there.
So it can be done. You just got to give up ice cream.
That's an amazing
Not ice cream.
I know, right?
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of which, have you seen where people make the protein ice cream? There's like a Ninja ice cream maker, and they just make it out of protein and ice, like whey protein.
Good, but it can't taste that good.
It can't taste that good, but if you put in
It's
natural
probably all
fruit,
right.
maybe
Yeah.
natural
It's probably
fruit.
fine. It's probably all right. I mean, especially if you ain't got nothing,
It ain't ice cream.
because I know whatever. I've made some good stuff out of just whey protein to kind of tide me
I
over.
have to.
So we can joke about that, but it does work. It does work.
Okay. Well,
So
thank
this
you.
is our website here. Your next chapter starts here. One button here and one button for clients here. We keep it simple. You scroll through, click here, and you can set up an appointment with us, and we'll talk to you.
Thank you.
There you have it for the website. Real simple stuff.
Rock and roll, man.
And there we go. Back. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about the website and stuff. I also have a Printify store too. All this stuff is in the description down on the YouTubes out there and the interwebs out there in the interwebs.
We have a very sophisticated operation here.
we do actually in the kitchen / office / studio right here
/ dining room.
That's right.
Hey, we're lucky we live in an era where we can do that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's what a world. It's fantastic. Where did that cursor go?
I remember putting the modem into the phone outlet in my kitchen and having the internet for the first time and dialing it up back in the mid-90s. So
right. Wow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I was damn near an adult in the mid-90s, so I remember it too.
Well, it's ironic because nowadays people are like, I had to wait 8 seconds for that text message to reach me. I'm like, it's going around the planet, dude.
Right.
Like, give it a second.
Yeah.
Have some patience.
Yeah. I just sent you an email. Check it. Like, hold on, I'm gonna get a ding any second. You know.
and you know, as opposed to 1995, I'm gonna send you an email. Check it in a few hours.
Right. So when I was in utilities construction, this guy that I had to work with, the liaison at the main company, he was real serious about it. He said, why didn't you answer that email? It was 2:00 in the morning email. And he's like, I require my emails to be answered within 10 to 15 minutes. I'm like, you ain't getting nothing from me at 2:00 in the morning, Hoss.
Yeah.
That's just all it is. We do not see eye to eye. I do not live, sleep, and breathe this stuff here.
I'm not old yet, but I tell everybody I'm 33. I don't know if you remember, but at the end of it, like when they turned on Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, and Yoda just sits there. He's just like, I just need rest.
Mhm.
Rest is what I get that. I feel that now.
Right.
The rest is a blessing.
Yeah, it is. No doubt. He was probably just tired of Luke asking him all them questions.
Yeah, hey, boy, you interrupted my meal. I'm trying to sleep.
Right. All right, Danny. I appreciate you popping on, man. I think we're gonna hop off. We've been on here an hour now. It's been great. But
No, thanks for having
I'm on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So
Cool.
We can do it again. We can just make it a regular hangout.
I'd be more than happy to drop in again. Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Danny. You have a good night, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. Now I got to hit all the buttons to get out of here. All right. We'll see you.